pro tip. All right. Can we see the chat here? I'm just messing with the... Pondicam not working. I don't know. Pondicam is temporarily disabled. We need a better webcam with the external. Logitech sucks. Just want to get that out there. Don't buy a Logitech product. Alright, next. Yeah. We're going to start right away. Schumacher. Voice activated. Voice input. D7, D5. That didn't work. Let's see. Microphone. Hello. Colors. D7, D5. Pawn to D5. Use the bleep button to toggle voice recognition. Use the menu to configure all speech. What? Allow. D7, D5. Pawn to D5. Yes, that's right. What's your problem? D5. Dude, what is that? D5 takes C4. Yeah, thank you for identifying the squares. I know where the squares are. Yes, pink 5 down. Plinko. Yeah, voice recognition is great, but it's not moving the pieces. Clarity, fuzzy. What is that? Knight to F6. Alright, screw you. Yeah, that works really well. That worked really freaking well. Thank you for that, lichess. That's not beta or anything. The voice recognition can now identify squares, but it just doesn't move the pieces, which is great. Alright, the point would be to move the pieces for me, so I don't have to use the mouse. But okay. It's a step in the right direction. What's up? I had the same position yesterday in a casual game. Casual, this is a casual game. Wow. Dynamic dog. Pink 5, up, down, right, left, 6. Plinko to C4. I just thought I'd give it a try, but it's hopeless. Pretty much hopeless. So D5. A little similar to a simul game we had yesterday. A little bit. Husky. Mama to A5. Never put mama on A5. If you care for your mama, If you don't love your mama, you can push her in front of a train. Some of us have some mama issues. He's making me do that. This power of suggestion. It's like literally the power of suggestion. Mama A5. It's not that stupid of a move, to be honest. It is stupid, but it's not that stupid. Alright, let's do it. Never put your queen on A5. Something not... Sorry about the Pondicam. It's out of order. It does this every couple weeks where it just stops working. I like smack it and normally it works, but it just didn't work today. Damn, dude, he sees everything. It's insane, and very quickly too. You know, it's funny, if you play like obscure variations against Schumacher, he knows them better than the main lines. This happened to me once before when I played like C5 against him. After D4, D5, C4, C5, he's like an expert apparently. But any kind of mainstream opening, he doesn't know what he's doing. This is the refutation. The refutation of Uber drivers, Queen A5. One of many. I think you should castle queenside. I'm definitely gonna castle queenside. Followed by King B8. If I lose this game, totally on Uber driver for suggesting Queen A5, which is just insane. Yeah, well, luckily he didn't castle, which was much stronger than Queen takes D3, I think. So that in inherent materialism, which is so common with human beings, saving me here. Very possibly. Because we all are deeply material girls. Okay, I'm still not happy with my position, but could have been worse even. Figured he'd see it that way. Wow. Time is money. Wow. He predicted another move. He, she, it. Check. Nah, I don't like the situation. I'm down a pawn. I'm down 2 pawns. Whoa, 2 pawns down. I must be lost. One pawn would be okay, but 2 pawns is too much. So strong. And he smells strong too. I need to get at least one of these pawns back. It's like unlimited blunders. If I just played rook c8 first. There's no limit to the amount of blunders I can make. They are virtually unlimited. What? Virtual hobgoblin. Dude, I was totally lost, but he's like giving me one of the pawns back for no reason. Well, maybe I'm lost anyway after this move. Actually, that's pretty bad. Rook b4 was really unnecessary. I should have just left it on c4. I could have just played, should have just played rook takes h2. Every decision I make is like the opposite of what I should have done. Pretty much. If there's a coin flip, I always choose the wrong one. When I didn't play rook c8 before, instead of whatever it was, I've never seen him use so much time. My goal is to have a lost position every game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 losses, a draw, and then 9 losses. 10 losses, a draw, and 9 losses. Knight to d6. That's weird. Not the move I was most concerned about. Okay, rook takes g2, knight f5 check. Look, I'm not even down any material yet. It's very strange, he's using way more time than usual. More time he uses, the worse he plays. confident I can hold a draw now. Ooh, what a bad... I don't know what happened in this one. Damn, Queen A5. What a stupid idea that was. Whose suggestion was Queen A5? It's gotta be the worst move ever. Whoa. Rook mobility. I specialize in rook mobility. Rook mobility provider. It's a wheelchair service for rooks. Alright, let's just end this pain. Damn, dude. Awful. You were totally winning. What the hell, man? Korchnoi Kasparov, 2006. How does he know this variation? That's so random. And D5 is the main line. Once someone played knight A5, the best move on the board. Theoretical novelty. It's so good, it's never been played by a master. Uberdrive's move literally almost lost me the game. Pretty much every move on the board is better than Queen A5, it looks like. A6, Queen B6, G6, Queen C7, Rook C8, Queen D6. I'm a little skeptical of knight on F to D7. I think that doesn't look right. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think that looks right, but theoretically, this variation is toast. It's amazing that people could lose for white here. Such a dynamic position for white. How do you lose with white? How does Irina Krush lose with white? That's pretty sad, dude. 2006. Yeah, this line is just bad. Oh. Were we gonna play Karo Khan? Hello, Miro. How are you? F6. I'm always looking for new ideas, you know? No matter how extreme they might be. Your tempo up. I'm really gonna have to time Uber driver out. I never realized how much he just wants attention. Knight A6. Eric Schiller is not with us any longer. Not a particularly strong master, but he was a very prolific author. master of pamphlets. So what are we gonna do? The classic John Spielman development. Caro-Kann advance variation is kind of depressing for black. It's like, damn, I'm just gonna give white a huge space advantage. And this move doesn't faze me. Are you gonna go like Morales on me and do G4? Should I break the center? Does it make sense to play like chess here? I don't know. This and other questions. It just don't even ask to try to understand what's going on. Just, it's blitz chess. It's simply blitz chess. What do you want from me? White just makes moves. I make moves. Someone gets lucky and wins. But against Arsenal or anyone who plays like this, where it's just they're playing like super fast, I've got to stop like even trying to play too perfectly, because it's like we're just playing blitz. Forget trying to take it like it's a 30-minute game and just move and whatever, you know. I like to spend time in the opening, but it's not a practical approach. Any other serious comments? Uber driver for timeout. For mute. Can I mute someone without timing them out? Just like perma mute? You can still type in comments, just I won't see it. I don't have to see them. I love you guys. Oh, alright. At least I fixed the camera a little bit. So now it's not like off to the left, and I'm very technologically inclined. Poor Miro wants to play bishop a6. So sad he can't play bishop a6. Why think so much? What? Why do I bother even thinking? That's the question. Why even bother thinking? A question that's on everyone's mind. What's the point of trying to predict your moves if you can't predict your opponent's moves if you can't predict your opponent's moves? There is none. There's no sense in trying to predict the opponent's moves when you can't guess the moves. Just move on and play your own moves and whatever, you know. Do your thing. Get out of the corner. You're a bad boy, and I think you have some issues. Thanks, Super Driver. The trick is to make your own moves unpredictable. Obviously, you're a master of that as well. See, that's my whole problem. I'm too predictable. I'm always trying to play like the sort of straightforward, correct moves, you know? Which makes me particularly vulnerable to people who don't. I'm normally criticizing for people for being materialistic, but you gotta give White credit here for not being overly materialistic. Anything mashed potatoes. Played like Nim's a bitch. A Nim's a bitch kind of gambit. I really don't like the Caro-Kann, and it doesn't like me. But I've been playing the Scandinavian the last few days, and I feel like, you know, now people are like, oh, I'm going to be prepared for the Scandinavian. We don't want to play the same thing to the point where, you know, we're predictable. I really ought to start playing the Sicilian again. To be perfectly honest, I haven't been playing it enough. You bet you won't play Queen B8 next. Why would you play Queen B8 when you could play Queen C7? Just to be unpredictable. That's the point. I think that's the point that he's trying to make. Jesus Christ. You already led me astray once. But Arsenal, it's similar to Hey It's Miro. It seems like he does semi-intentionally play unexpected moves. It looks like. Semi-intentionally. I get it. I like Black's game. Black's temporarily a pawn up. The two bishops aren't that devastating. Particularly the white square bishop is contained by my many white square pawns. My all 8 pawns. Hey, Shaki's here. B4. That takes a sick person to play that. Okay. B4 is really. Yeah, Queen F4 makes sense, right? Queen B8 now? We don't understand anything. I'm just here to play routine moves all day long. Not sure I really want to take with the bishop. Why not take with the knight? You're gonna trick me with that exchange sacrifice thing. That truth thing. Wow. King H1, leaving the queen on D4. Do the words holy shit come to mind? Holy and shit. just try to play the best moves usually, not try to be so psychological about being tricky, so to speak. It's hard enough to like just play chess straightforwardly and play good moves. Good day. It's a good day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Alright. What was happening in the opening? Voice input. Forward, 1. I guess it doesn't work with analysis board. Alright. Quick overview of opening. Okay, 97 is main line, top 3. And H4 is kind of rare. Has a bad score. 97 dubious. So C5 is best. Wow. God forbid I want to like develop my pieces. The weirdest move is H6, someone played that. Wow, nobody played this, so we transposed. A6, not great. Anyway, more questions than answers here. I thought he would take back on D4. Okay, whatever. Shucky. Thanks for being a subscriber, Snetstag. E7, E5. So I don't get it. Am I supposed to press a key or something? E7, E5. Resign G, oops, King, E7. Alright, dude, this is just retarded. That is retarded. And I mean that in the best possible way. Nice technology you've got there. Alright, shocking wing gambit. Uperdrive, do you ever suggest good moves? I'm thirsty. This is an Uber driver favorite, an E6. E6 Sicilian. You know, a lot of openings are like named after people, I think. Unfairly. I wonder how many times Rubinstein played that. He's my buddy. My buddy's Rubinstein, your buddy is Susan Polgar. My buddy, drug buddy. no idea what I'm doing. The company that you keep. I bet Susan Polgar is a Trump donor. Alright, e5, knight d5. I'm not going to start. Sorry. I'm not going to talk about that. What is knight takes d5? Wow, that's lame. You know you're supposed to play knight e4 there, and it's just the beginning of the theory. So we basically got another Caro-Kann. Ugh. Just another Caro-Kann. Horrifying. Horowitz. I.A. Horowitz. Bishop a6. Yeah. Horowitz. What is White thinking about? Of course you take up the queen. Develop your freaking pieces, man. How much better is black in this position? And why? Rook g8 or king f8? What would Urdriver's buddy Petrosian do here? I imagine like two grandmasters might agree to a draw in this position. But you know, to be fair, Urdriver, I thought Nimzovich was the one who was really the creator of knight f6. I mean, what I remember is that it's called a Nimzovich variation. By the way, just saying. But maybe you read like German chess books or something. Everyone always like attributes everything to Rubinstein. Yeah, okay, so both of them. Let's be like diplomatic. This is Grandmaster Draw. I can play f6. Sorry. Because of my mashed potatoes. Pile of mashed potatoes. Rather solid. Pawns are the soul of chess. You're a sick man. You're a sick man. See, that's your French defense mentality coming through. Rook c1. What a move. What an amazing move is Rook c1. The problem is I don't know whether to play f6 or f5. I guess this is a little risky, to say the least. Maybe f5 would be better. Panda is around. He's just getting a little shut-eye. The real Panda. No, Panda Cam is down due to technical difficulties. Let's just say you probably shouldn't invest money in Logitech products. My rook on g8. Panda. Panda. Three islands against two. Isn't white better? I don't know. Is white better? That's what makes chess so easy, Driver. It's easy to definitively say if white or black is better here, right? That's easy. Anybody can answer that question. Easiest question in the world to answer. Or not. Specializing in one-move tricks. See, that was your whole problem. You mistakenly believe that chess is an easy game. Too much Fred Reinfeldt will do that to you. Don't believe the hype. You know what's really irritating? The blogs that people are cranking out on lichess. Everyone has a blog for everything. Wow, you're just one move cheapo, straight up. The straight up one move cheapo. Good like that. Uber Driver would be proud. Is proud. Okay, my pawns are better than your pawns. I don't know. My pawn is better than your pawns. This pawn. It's super pawn. Super panda. It's a super pawn. Some pawns are better than other pawns. All pawns are equal. Some pawns are more equal than others. I hate these bloggers, man. And all they do is like put pictures of Magnus Carlsen on their blogs. It's so gross. Having a blog is fine, but like, you know, people who like just use the image of Magnus Carlsen to, or whatever, you know, to promote their blogs and stuff, it's gross. Chess Chess Network does that a lot. They do it on YouTube too, obviously. I don't know, man. If people were really serious about copyright infringement, a lot of that shit would be like, it would be blocked. First of all, there's a photographer who took that picture somewhere who has the rights to it. No? No? Somewhere like Matt Damon is pretty upset about Donald Trump. Apparently stole a huge promotional chunk of stuff from them, using it in an ad campaign. That's unbelievable. Just illegally stealing everything. Non-stop. Draw. Now a5 and a4. He's threatening the stupid rook f3. Yeah, we had a big Trump discussion yesterday. The problem is he's either going to start a civil war or pardon himself or have other president pardon him. There's like 3 ways he can get out of jail. But it'll be satisfying to see him at least, like, you know, be convicted or something. The other problem is that the trial might actually be delayed till after the presidential election, which is a problem. It's a very complicated situation. Look at that perfect game by both sides. Wow. But that's a very uninspiring variation, Shaki. You should be ashamed of yourself. Knight takes d5. Knight takes d5 is just, oh man. Grandmaster draw variation. That just takes all the fun out of chess altogether. This is a dead equal position. Yeah, I mean, to answer your questions though, I was never better. It was just equal. Hey, it's Miro. Lots of draws. Yeah, I need to play more Sicilian. Do you ever get the white pieces? No. It's weird. You know what I have noticed though? Whenever I play, especially actually when I play like unrated anonymous games, you know the one thing that's weird, and I'm not making this up, you seem to get like whites and blacks in a row. You know, it's definitely not random. There's just too many times where it's just consistently in a row. That's just weird, you know? There's got to be some reason why it's doing that. It doesn't feel random. It's like either you play a whole bunch of whites in a row or you play a whole bunch of blacks in a row. It just rarely alternates. It's very strange. Tazik, alright, you're on the list for Thursday. I need to create a study. Thanks for being a subscriber. I mean, I guess it could be like just bias, but it really does seem like I'm constantly playing a whole bunch of blacks or whites in a row. And I don't say it's like one or the other. It's just like, why are there so many in a row, you know? Not just like one, you know, 2 in a row, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. It's a lot. And I was thinking about another thing today, though, which is appropriate to our discussion yesterday. I say all the time that, like, you know, 99% of tactics don't work. This is for Uber driver. 99% of conspiracy theories don't work. It's the same principle, you know. For every one conspiracy theory that's true, somebody invented like 99 other conspiracy theories that are just full of shit, you know. Yes, there are conspiracies, but In most cases, they're just that. But people just want them to be true. No, the United States government didn't blow up the World Trade Center. Sorry, dude. That's just absurd. They just make up shit to like fit the narrative later. Right. It's straight out of St. Petersburg, man. Exactly. Right, Shucky, that's my point, you know. Alex Jones. Mass shootings didn't happen. The scary thing, the people are dumb enough to believe that stuff. It's unreal. Did you see about the 10-foot tall aliens in Las Vegas? But strangely, there's no pictures or anything. Isn't that weird? Yeah, Astrobate, that was all over the news. Isn't it weird? I mean, they just happen to have no video or pictures of it. Oh, there was a flash in the sky. Yeah, that'll be our new mantra. Tactics are like conspiracy theories. And I love them both equally. Do I love tactics more or conspiracy theories? That's the question. You can make up conspiracy theories to fit every narrative. Oh no. It's Superdriver's favorite move. Queen A5 is always good. There's another one. See? Now it looks like it's true. Every single game I'm playing Queen A5 with black. Lucky I have that to pick off the d6 pawn. I mean, most religions are based on conspiracy theories. A3. Okay, how much compensation do we have here, Mr. Hey, it's Miro? I don't really like you attacking my g7 pawn. But I don't think I like knight b5 either. He definitely has some compensation. The offsides knight and the bishop pair. I would be ignorant to believe that I was better here, necessarily. Because I'm up a pawn. There's more important things than material. But I think I'm okay. After a crappy opening, I'm satisfied with that. On-screen keyboard. Yeah, I don't know how good this Nimzovich-Rubinstein variation in delayed form is, to be honest. Delayed form. But you better keep your extra pawn. If I don't keep my extra pawn, I've got nothing to show for that. Wow. I don't know, man. Maybe you should have played c5 first. Another fearless bluffer. I don't know, I've been in a really bad mood this weekend. I don't know what my problem is. Really gotta lighten up. I should be happy. What about where to put the king? You're a copywriter. Yeah, you should contact them directly. That's not my company. Just as a friend. I mean, I work for that site as a contractor as well, but that I'm sure they'll be interested in that. Chess Luxure. Yeah, Chess Luxure. You can try them too. No, I don't. I'm merely a slave. You can go to their website and find contact info. You haven't been replaced by AI yet? Yeah, seriously. Oh, me? They're too old school for that. Maybe we should have AI create like a chess blog and then post it with a picture of Magnus Carlsen. Maybe I'll do that. I think they're talking to me, man. That's annoying. Alright. No, this is not a place to do your side hustle. Alright, d5, knight c7, knight b8, d6. d5 doesn't work. Knight c7 is an option. d6 is an option. d6 is the slowest. e5 is an option. You have a lot of options. Get the knight off the side of the board and then we'll decide what to do. I think I should have put my king on f7. It's always about the mass of central pawns. The mashed potatoes in a pile. And aliens are involved in everything. Aliens are actually behind most telemarketing scams. And they're very much getting involved in ransomware and stuff like that. I mean space aliens. They're economically inclined. They've got their own, like, you know, cyber criminal gangs and stuff. From what I understand. Oh, dude. Whose side are you on? screwdriver really needs to be timed out. In fact, the Russians are like almost like besides themselves because the aliens are like taking all their like cybercrime business. Most of the North Korea also has seen like a 30% drop in cybercrime profits due to space people stealing their lunch money. You want some conspiracy theories? I'll give you conspiracy theories. H5. No, D5. Excellent. You've got a tactic for that. No? Compensation. You guys want to risk this? Too risky, no? It might be too risky. Oops. It's a little too risky. They have troll farms on the other side of the moon. Oh no, they're gunslingers now. First they were cowboys, now they're gunslingers. Whatever they are, they're definitely like Trump voters. Or libertarians. What am I going to do? Any suggestions? Yeah. The spy whale. I know, but he's like, he likes people apparently. Kind of feel sorry for him. He didn't want to be a spy whale. It's not his fault. He obviously didn't ask to become a spy whale. Great, great white shark, spy whales, and orca spy whales. Dude, how does that work? Wow, really? I must be missing something. See, here we see another great blog was by the great Noel Studer. Never offer a draw. Why you should never offer draw. It's literally like totally dumb advice. Besides the fact there's lots of good places to offer draws, which might encourage your opponents to... Yorblinsky wrote an article long ago in New in Chess about strategically offering draws. But besides that, see, you get this mentality of people who are like 5-year-olds. They don't know how to draw because they only win or lose. They don't know how to draw. Drawing is an important part of the game. I hate to break it to you. The chicken. But I realize that guy is kind of weird, because when I was at the tournament in Harkine a few years ago, no, it was in Zalakarosh, he was literally like hanging out with this guy who's a total scam artist. He was believing this guy, like, it was just unbelievable. This guy knows a total scam. If you believe that guy, you have to be kind of a moron. I mean, people can become grandmasters and still be sort of morons. I know a few. It's not that easy to be a grandmaster and be a moron, but it's possible. Now, people are just making blogs for the clicks and stuff. It's just stupid. I just can't stand that they're on the lichess front page. It just makes me... I want to, like, turn that off. It makes this, like, kind of... I have a commercial sort of feel to it. I don't like it. That's why I hate chess.com. I want to see people stuffing this stuff in my face that I don't necessarily want to see. The blog should be like not on the front page. You click it if you want to. Alright, Snetstig. Click it if you want to, but don't put them in my face, There's a few people who are interesting, like Durabili. I think his stuff is okay. But mostly they're just kind of like scammers, it seems like. The Unabomber died, very important news, Uber driver, and it turned out he committed suicide because he has like final stage cancer. We all will miss the Unabomber. I imagine it's not, it's not like Jeffrey Epstein committing suicide, quote unquote. I don't know, man. Yeah, someone murdered the Unabomber at age 80 something. I mean, you can't be on like suicide watch. First of all, I don't know, man. I think people who have like terminal cancer should be able to end their own lives, but that's not really a thing in the United States. If you can run for president from prison, you should be able to like get, be able to kill yourself. with the terminal cancer. I guess. Euthanasia. Anyway, why do you bring up the Unabomber, dude? What is wrong with you? You're like a 5-year-old. Uber driver, like, what possible reason could you have to say the Unabomber died on my stream? You have 24,496 and 100. Yeah, but that's like, okay. Asteroid has 2 draws after 25,000 games. Shocky, that's pretty normal. And you're talking about Blitz, where there's going to be like more decisive games, Blitz and Rapid, versus like, you know, classical games. Probably the guy is one of those people who like supports like, you know, banning draws from the game or some ridiculous shit. Unfortunately, draws are an important component of chess. Of course, there are situations where you should offer draws. Whatever, man. It's another stupid blot. This allergy to draws. A lot of times, you know, some players have too many draws, and that's a problem as well. But first, you have to accept it's part of the game. It's better to draw than lose, you know. And a lot of people play like it's all or nothing, and that's a bad way to be. It's not optimal in tournament competition. I think there's a lot of situations where it's profitable to offer a draw. Both from the sense of tournament standing and also possibly provoke your opponent's response of declining a draw and then make him go on tilt or something. This wasn't what I meant. You donated 500 bits by accident? No refunds. But thanks, Superdriver. You're up to 1,000 on behalf of the Unibomber. Okay, I had an earlier game like this against Arsenal fan. Unibomber. How do you say Unibomber in Hungarian? Unibomber. Unicorn. Look how many draws I have already today. I don't like losing. I'd rather draw than lose. I don't like that guy's blogs. I don't like Chess Network. The check raise mate guy is probably the worst one. He thinks he's really smart. But I'm really unimpressed. The only good blogs I've seen are from Dura Bailey. At least here on lichess. The rest are just being Instagrammers, chess Instagrammers. They should do like makeup tutorials. It's tempting to play Bishop C1. E5. And the threat of the draw is such a huge part of the game. There are 3 results in a chess game. It's a huge dynamic. The presence of that second result is a very big dynamic. Are you sure you don't have the black pieces? I don't. Yeah, I'm white. Are you saying I'm playing like I'm black? Like I'm passive? Or you're just commenting on I finally have the white pieces? I don't know how to take anything from Uber Driver. He only deals in sarcasm and being a smart ass. I mean, f4 is the main line, I guess. But rook e1 should be okay. Queen b8, according to Hayes Miro. No, I mean, I think, like, that's why I don't make blogs, because it should be, like, a lot of work. And I wouldn't do something if it was half-assed. For most people, it doesn't matter. People generally do half-assed stuff. That's why I don't write books, because if I did write a book, it would be good, and it would take a lot of work. And I don't believe in doing stuff that's half-assed. Just for the clicks. Bishop g7. Damn it. Sensei played like a true accelerated dragonist. No, but Aspie, you're like the best example of a player who never has a draw. It's totally suboptimal, but you're not playing in, like, you know, rated over the board tournaments or something. But it would be a disaster if you were, because you're leaving a lot of half points on the table. And those half points add up into whole points, and they win tournaments, you know. Think of the world champions who had a lot of draws, like Karpov, Petrosian. They were like masters of deciding when, you know, when a draw is okay and when it's not. How to play for a win without any risk. It's like a freaking art form. I'm about to drop a pawn. That rook is strangely placed, isn't it? So close to getting trapped. So close, yet so far away. Am I undermining my own center here? Or opening lines for my pieces? I had knight a5. Have. Yeah, that's right, Repunj. Coming in with an immediately very relevant comment. What is this? 2000? What is the year again? 2023. Karyakin with the breaking news that some top players prearranged a draw. Wow, dude. That's revolutionary. I think they invented that concept. Perfected by the Soviets, probably. You DM'd me. Dungeon Master. I remember that. What does that have to do with it? I'm just saying, like, you're communist. Relevant. The problem isn't that So and Nakamura arranged to draw. The problem is that they're American. The guy's been brainwashed by the St. Petersburg troll farm. Okay. C4. Since they down the exchange, you should be lost here. Okay, his knight's hanging. I mean, literally, like, the Soviet grandmasters were more corrupt in general. Fixing results in tournaments all the time. I mean, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s, against each other. I mean, it's absurd for Karyakin to, like, criticize someone today. Yeah, Fischer literally said every single game was prearranged. It's kind of like drugs, you know? They should just have legalized prearranged draws, because there's literally no way to prevent it from happening, so the best thing to do would just be legalize it, you know? It's absurd to just, like, there's no top player who hasn't, like, prearranged a draw at some point. Literally. Now or in the history of chess. It's totally totally absurd hypocrisy. I'll eat my shorts if Karyakin hasn't prearranged many draws with other players who are friends of his and stuff. It's just absurd to complain about it. It's a fact of life. Well, I mean, anywhere, tournaments with prizes. You can't force people to play against each other if they don't want to. You know, it's like, it's stupid. You know, the whole idea of the Sophia rule or whatever they try to use in some tournaments is dumb. I mean, people just then they'll just, like, play 30 moves and then offer a draw. You can't force them. You can try, but it doesn't work like that. What a nice defense by Black here. Ooh, that was a big bang. The big bang. But, you know, I'm totally against all the making chess faster, not allowed to have draws, blah, 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 blah. It's stupid. A very Russian thing, invasion. That's funny. Dubov seems like a pretty smart guy. What you gotta like about Dubov is his creativity. That's a good sign. In many respects, but I would think the polar opposite of a sort of Karyakin, who isn't creative, just very routine based. Capable of thinking outside the box is probably not one of Karyakin's biggest strengths. He's been playing chess since he was 2 years old. All right. Spinach. Spinarch. I mean, I imagine the way you play chess is going to be a reflection of your personality beyond just chess, you know? I like Dubov beyond political considerations a lot more than in chess terms, even though he's not maybe as high rated as Karyakin. As a chess player, he's way more interesting. No, you can't go next. Alright, you can go next. You're a subscriber. Somehow. See, that's what I said. Repunch sometimes challenges to certain colors, though. You gotta be careful. But the one thing I noticed is that it seems like you either get a lot of whites in a row or a lot of blacks in a row. For some reason, they never alternate. I don't know why. It just seems to work out that way. I used to think all kinds of conspiracy theories about random number generators. I'm not a math scientist, but it's mostly our perception. You can flip a coin 2 times in a row and it's going to come up heads. You can flip a coin 3 times, 4 times in a row. Punj, what is that crap you're rating there in my stream? I really hope that's someone else's opinion. It's more anti-American crap. I'm sure there's a lot of that in India. It's everywhere. Africa, Eastern Europe, Brazil, the United States. But it's mostly from a St. Petersburg troll farm. Joe Biden is evil. Here we go again. America, the evil empire. I'm not a patriotic really person, but it's pretty evident that there's a lot of prejudice against the United States all over the place. And I think it's not you know, it's not completely misplaced, but it's really exaggerated. A lot of conspiracy theories. Dude, Karyakin's an asshole in any country. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's American or Russian, he would still be an asshole. You can see it from his behavior. It's like a really dumb argument. He belongs in the land of Mordor. And deserves, you know, whatever he gets. Along with Donald Trump. Alright. But, whatever, man. How's your white squares? Combinatrix. Speaking of Donald Trump, Mr. Coffee's here. I just can't get Donald Trump out of my mind lately. I was really hoping that wouldn't be a thing, but unfortunately it is. People just constantly have to bring up like political shit in my stream and set me off. Out of the blue, Repunj starts talking about Karyakin. Why? You know, it's like Uber Driver talks about Ted Kaczynski, but Repunj always does this. He just brings up totally random things that have nothing to do with what we're doing here. Just like whatever you could spit out. Nobody cares about Karyakin, dude. I'm more interested in like Kim Kardashian. And that's not by a big margin. I'm very slightly more interested in what Kim Kardashian's doing than Sergei Karyakin. Yeah, you're gonna get rebanned. I don't know what streamer got you banned, but they did a good job. If you get banned again, you can just contact the Russian troll farm. Maybe they can like hack your way back on or something. You can join Twitter. No, I'm just to put it in perspective. You know, I'm not a Kim Kardashian fan, but I'm putting it in perspective that I'm so literally uninterested in Sergei Karyakin that I would be more interested in Kim Kardashian. Just it puts it in perspective, you know. You get it? Like that's the point, you know. Yeah. I was never interested in him as a chess player before he was political. I always thought he had an extremely uninteresting and uninspiring style, which was very, very robotic. The first word I would think of when I thought of Karyakin was like kind of robotic. I mean, he's been playing chess like almost as long as me, it seems like, because he started so young. It's insane, you know. He's basically an old man in chess terms. Yeah, I think streaks of 4 or 5. I don't know, I'm gonna spend the day flipping a coin and see what happens. But yeah. But I will say that it does seem like you get more streaks on the colors than would be natural. I do think so. I have noticed it. The thing is, like, maybe, maybe there's other times when you're not getting enough streaks, so it's all a matter of perception. You don't notice the times when, things are just going the way they're supposed to. You only notice the times when, it's like when I'm playing poker, I'm always like having trouble misjudging the guy on my left because in my perception, the guy on my left is always more aggressive than he really is. Because I'm always like anticipating, is this guy gonna raise again? And I have this weakness where I oftentimes like think the player on my left is more aggressive than they really are. Because my perception is based on anticipating they're gonna do something aggressive. So it's very possible that it's just because you're looking for something. Maybe these streaks, the color streaks, are just our perception, right? Because you're not paying attention when it doesn't happen, or you're not making a note of it when it doesn't happen. It still doesn't explain why I always had very few bad beats with bad hands. I never laid enough bad beats. Need more. Repunj, are you playing or just chatting here? I've given up like trying to calculate and think seriously about these 7+5 games. I'm just gonna play and if you can learn something from it, good. If not, I don't care. Overanalyzing this time control has caused me to like constantly waste time and get behind on the clock. I have to approach it more practically. It's like a record delay in a move from this guy. Alright, rook b8, finally. I thought he'd never move. Kind of weird position. Waiting for black to make a mistake, maybe. Chat settings. How do I turn that off? Okay. Back. Yeah. Just wait and they will come. He got distracted by the chat, see? Now we forget to talk more about politics. Speaking of which, guys, I gotta go. It was nice knowing you. I gotta go correct my brain fog. I can't open the window in my apartment because there's so much street noise. I think I'm like having oxygen depletion or something. Very disappointed that my new apartment is louder than I expected. But hopefully it won't be a long-term thing. We have huge construction in the street. So I have to just close the window. Black is somewhat lost now. It was weird. I just did like bishop b3, bishop c4, and black just fell apart. Yeah, he's too distracted. The latest on Kim Kardashian. Bishop g5's interesting. Now we're really calculating. Deep Tactics 101. I know. I mean, the hanging pawns is an improved Isolani. Exactly. It's an upgrade. F6 holds? Wow, how can I increase the pressure here? Unbelievable. Bishop d5. D-rook. D-rook not functioning. I could have played something else. Looks like there's no obvious knockout blow. Rook g7, king g7, bishop d5, rook g7, king g7, bishop d5, pawn d5, rook b7 check, king g8, and then like bishop takes f6, rook e1 check. It's too fancy. There's no reason to do that. As no immediate win. Oh wait, someone wrote a blog about never moving your f pawn. Wait, that was I had to read that today too. Okay, it's some new person making blogs on lichess, of course. A statistical study about not moving your f pawn or something. It's a new way to express the Ben Feingold system. Statistical justification of Ben Feingold. Never play queen a5. You can bank on that. But I just lost on time. So was there a knockout blow after f6? I can't believe there was. Oh, bishop d2 is the best move. Rook g7 was simply like playing for the crowd. White's a little better here, but yeah. This is like a personality disorder if you do this. Obsession with direct attack. It's nothing. I have to play bishop d2. Yeah. So it was actually a pretty good game, but it looks like I lost my edge. Somewhere I left main line. Alex Scherzer, what happened? Poor Alex Scherzer. Understand how he could die. Still don't understand. G6, queen f3. Not so hot. Bishop c4 is better, but how different can it really be? Queen f3 is just not that great, I guess. Queen f3 is overrated. You almost had bishop takes d5. That's the fall out of my chair variation. I had this one game years ago where this kid did it and I like literally fell out of my chair. And now every time someone plays bishop takes d5, bishop takes knight on d5 in an unexpected situation. I've had it multiple times in recent history. It's always like good bishop for knight on d5, and like I never expect it. Like there's no way they're gonna do that, and they do it. You know, you almost have bishop takes d5. Yeah. Wait, I do? But I really have it. Bishop d5 first. What? That's crazy. Bishop takes d5 and rook db1. And it's +6. Oh my gosh. I do have it. But it's this quiet move. Even with bishop f4, I'm +6. That's crazy. I mean, I'm up a pawn. And I'm on the 7th rank. But I mean, I never would have found this. It feels like it's not enough. That's the computer's ability to calculate 20 moves deep, you know. Not too many grandmasters are going to play that move. 90% of strong players are going to play bishop d2. A small amount will play like bishop h4. And like maybe there's some other move like rook b1. It's hard to give up your bishop on d5 when it's like pinned. Interesting though. Yeah, right. Alright guys, I gotta go. Great talking politics with you. And I'll see you Tuesday night. We're gonna host a tournament. Tuesday night. Sloth Rapid, I think, this week. That is it. It's over 2,600. Now I know. Thanks, Shaki. Bye-bye.